Hello everybody, it's time. Redshirts here in effectively the quarterfinals. I'll give you a quick look at the bracket again. Here we are in the losers bracket, up against Cosmic Quest. If we win, we have a semi-final matchup against Emerald Mist. Redshirts seem in decent condition, well, good condition mostly, apart from mid lane, which is just decent. Stamina has recovered since the epic in the prior match, so that is the most important thing. Enemy team have some tools. They've got obviously a lot of slows and stuns with the Ice Mage, and Barrier Mage also can put down some slows, which does harm us. We are an engage comp after all, but Ghost has a dash, Inquisitor has a dash, and we have Chef plus Ogre, which should be, because of the way that their ultimates combine, a really nice combination for us. In case you don't know, Chef ultimate gives you a load of health and spreads the damage that you receive over time. Ogre's ultimate gives you loads of health, and Ogre's like a huge health tank kind of character. So combine those things, we just got a massive amount of health. Ogre should become difficult for the enemy to kill. That's the hope. Of course, Chef could just ult a different character, but we've got a semblance of a plan there in our heads of what we'd like to see the players do. In top lane, enemy team have got... Oh dear. I was going to say, I feel like the top lane matchup should be favoured in to us, but we royally cocked that up. So that's not good. That's not good at all. As we have the Serpent up, I have instructed our team to fight for it, if possible, because I want the Ghost to have as many opportunities as possible to pick up kills. That is one of the ways that we can scale. Ghost now going in. Can they get a kill? They can't. We do pick up the objective, and we do pick up some kills. I think overall, that is Redshirts favoured. Could have been ideal for us if Ghost had been the champion that picked up the kill. Do take damage to our top tower, but it hasn't been cleared yet. Hasn't been cleared yet. Gold fairly even. Small buff. Oh, it was the enemy team that picked up the Serpent. Oh, bollocks. I thought the small buff was on our side, but it isn't. Oh, bloody hell. Can we pick up a kill here? No, Ghost thinking... Don't want anything to do with that, actually. Instead, he has a nibble on the bot lane. Lovely stuff. Kill goes onto the Lightning Mage. That's not bad. There we go. Kill going onto the Ghost. That is beautiful. And a kill on the Lightning Mage isn't too bad. Normally, Lightning Mage, we don't pick them as being the true carry of the team, but they are our only source of magic damage. So having an acceleration on the magic damage that we do have as a team, I think will help out our composition as we get a Morgard fight. Early engage from the enemy. Berserker goes horribly for them. Ghost is chomping at the bit. Bits of our enemies. Ogre picking up a kill. And I don't know... well, Inquisitor, you've gone mad. I don't know that the enemy has the tools to deal with just the amount of HP that we have. Ghost a little bit reckless there. Berserker going in. But look at this Ogre with the Chef buff, with their own ult. Inquisitor dashing about. We haven't picked up any kills yet. This will surely be a kill. No, they get the disengage. But it looks Redshirt's favoured still. Berserker is now going to fall. Ogre is just still at full health. They have their ultimate back. Chef has their ultimate back. Those two champions, their ult's only on a 30-second cooldown. And this is looking really promising for the Redshirts. By the way, I've only just realised this myself. If you look at characters on the map, they've got like a purple and a blue bar. So that's the cooldown on their primary and secondary skill. And then there's like a blue crest that some characters have. You can see Sword Art currently has it, the Ghost. If they have that, it means their ultimate's up. So that's one way that you can tell at a glance, by the way, if what cooldowns are available to a character. Okay, good stuff from the Redshirts here. Can we convert these kills into some turrets? Looks like the mid wave getting pushed in nicely. Numbers are against us here, though. Ultimate from Lightning Mage. They do survive. Ghost is running wild. Lovely. Supported, of course, by the Ogre and the Chef. I think just incredibly broken combination. I couldn't believe it when that went through in the draft for us. Had to pick it up. Side lane being pushed in by the Inquisitor, which is nice. And now an opportunity for the Redshirts to continue punishing. That's 1 kill picked up, 2 kills picked up. We're looking to disengage now ahead of Morgard spawning. Chef does fall, which is a shame. I don't think the enemy can stop us. We've got a big old Ogre. And this is his swamp, you know. Does look like a kind of swampy terrain. I guess the Ogre does feel quite at home. We're going to push out the side wave and then maybe group up for Morgard. Enemy team here as well. And the Berserker's already fallen. We do lose the Ghost, but I don't know that the enemy have enough about them to deal with the rest of the damage that our team has. Inquisitor is a very strong champion. They're very fed at the moment too. And I just can't see Ogre. I can't see Ogre dying. Now, without the Ghost, our speed of taking objectives is kind of low. There is an opportunity for the enemy jungler to steal this, but they cannot find a way in. And the Exorcist cannot find a way out. Meanwhile, we are nomming our way through the enemy team with the Ghost. This should be an end angle. Not enough opponents stood to defend, and that's a win. That's a win. Lovely game 1. Berserker having just a terrible, terrible game. Diarrhea. Like diarrhea, am I right? Here we go. Second leg of this game. If the Redshirts can go 2 games up, then that is something I wouldn't necessarily have predicted early. But the opposition have once again gone for a draft that I'm a little bit confused by, as we get a lovely looking play here in the jungle. Will Plague Doctor survive this? They will probably... Are we over chasing? No, we get them. We get them. Not sure the roam was worth it for the hammer, but we do pick up the kill on the Plague Doctor early. Enemy team have got effectively 3 supports, or 3 characters that can definitely be played support. In Taoist, who they've curiously put as their carry, Jiangxi, which is their mid laner, and the Plague Doctor, who does pick up a kill there. I've also got Druid, which the game thinks can be played support. I'm not sure I agree. Our team is quite balanced. I think we've got a traditional AD carry in the Archer, who is a little overextended here. I think we might be punished. We make it out we do. Yeah, traditional AD carry. We've got a traditional support that has some healing in their kit, which is hopefully going to keep alive the 3 bruiser tanky champions that we have in top, mid, and jungle. And I struggle to see how the enemy will ever do enough damage to us. Lancer in a support role won't be doing too much damage. As, well, you can kind of see that there. That was we were wildly outnumbered, and we just didn't really take much damage at all. So, enemy team might have overcooked this draft. Archer is kind of out of position. They do take the fall, but we pick up the Serpent. Magic Knight needs to run. One thing that is... Oh, and that is a kill. So, I mean, Jiangxi can do a reasonable amount of damage, despite generally being more tanky support orientated. And the thing that's scary about their team is the fact that Plague Doctor can give everyone a lot of move speed. We are behind currently, actually, interestingly, in all of the lanes. So the early game not going in the Redshirts' favour, but I do struggle, again, ultimately, to see how teamfights will go for our opponents. I've also built the Redshirts to be durable. We are going AD first on Hammer, but our jungle and our mid lane, they're building magic resist, because the enemy are predominantly magic based. We are outnumbered though, so if we fight 2 into 4. That's not ideal. Archer, don't know what you're doing stood there. Oh, this is a shambles. We should respawn in time to recontest this, though, because the enemy damage is weak. They are whiffing a few ultimates. So here's a contest from the Redshirts. And we do pick up some kills. Enemy team comp. Enemy players, I think, executing much better currently than our players. But they are handicapped by a team comp that I do not understand. They are going to go for the Serpent. They will eventually take that. It looks like our bot tower might also fall. Power damage isn't exactly high either. But we should have enough, and we do. Indeed have enough to pick up the Morgard buff. We should see a 1-4 formation with this Morgard buff, with Hammer, our side laner. And this is what I'm talking about. No damage taken from the Redshirts because of the ultimate from our support, the healing. Enemy team don't actually have that much sustain. They have a lot of CC, but not a lot of sustain. They have very poor wave clear. How are they going to deal with this Morgard buff? Not very well. By the looks of it, they are continuing to fall. All the Redshirts mid at the moment. Too much sustain on our side. Enemy base. 1 tower left. We are going to call it quits there, but pick up more towers elsewhere on the map. So the gold has well and truly swung over to the Redshirts. Another tower's going to fall. And I just don't think there's anything our opponents can do to stop the momentum that we have at this stage. Because their wave clear is just so poor. So it doesn't matter that individually, I think the Redshirts players haven't been at their best. The comp is just too strong. What great coaching by me. What great coaching by me to put us in this position. We should have a favourable opportunity here to take the Serpent. There's the sustain coming from our support. Enemy champions falling. No damage on their team. Once again, the bane of their existence. We push out mid. Looks like we're going to try and take this Morgard, perhaps, into victory. Staggered fight from the enemy. They are currently holding their ground, surviving. But again, it's a struggle for them to put damage down, especially now that we have such a lead. We can build resistances on top of already being a team that should be quite durable compared to the amount of damage that they can put out. Archer has peeled off to deal with a massive bottom wave currently while this fight goes on. So our damage source has abandoned us. But nothing lost as a result. We do use our ultimate on support. We don't actually have much damage ourselves without the Archer here. But to be honest, this doesn't hurt us if we can keep barreling down mid lane. Because the enemy wave clear should be fairly weak. Archer is here now. They are engaged on. They do get some damage out. Lose a lot of their health. But it's enough damage put onto the enemy to force them to back off. Gonna be tough for them to re-engage. Do find an angle. Big Taoist ult staggers the rate at which our team can fight this, but and there's just not enough. Not enough damage for our opponents to really threaten us. We are making a bit of a meal of this. We've got a massive gold lead, and we're a lot stronger than our opponents. So we should be able to kind of forcibly end the game. But I'm not too worried. It's really hard to see how the opponents can come back against us. We're starting to build some damage items now on our champions. So the enemy should be quite vulnerable to us, and objectives should start falling quicker. We are going to pick up a Serpent just to add some more stats to our cast of champions. Overextension from the opposing mid laner results in a kill. Enemy all over the place. Looking good for the Redshirts this. Another kill picked up. Well, on the basis of how things are going, the Redshirts might make the semi-finals. I think it is, isn't it, that we would go into if we win this? It's a lot stronger from our opponents than the prior two legs. We should have the wave clear in mid, but the Illusionist has it's seemingly quite weak wave clear, but they do actually have pretty good damage. Top lane, an early gank from the Whipmaster. Nothing comes of it though. We are a lot squishier than we have been in our prior two legs of this game, or legs of this match. So that is possibly a concern, because we are a comp that will be trying to force fights, force engagements, because we are quite low range compared to our opponents. Vampire, what are you doing up here, mate? This is not what I want to see from you. He gets out though, so I suppose that's something. And we have numbers here as a result. Clown picking up an early kill, very nice. We've seen Clown absolutely carry matches for us. Will it be the case again here? An early kill does them a lot of good. But yeah, the opposition team also not really very durable, so I am picking purely defensive items on our mid laner. Unless they get all the way to their third item, then I've allowed them a little bit of attack stats. But we're looking for them to be durable, and so far seem to work out for us. We're a little bit greedy there, our jungler recalling before securing the objective, but we do secure the objective and a number of kills. Hitman defending the top tower now, so we don't lose too much top. Vampire has a nice level lead. They've been... Oh, actually no they don't, they are down a level. I was looking at their level compared to the enemy support. They're down a level on the opponent carry. That's probably due to the crazy roam that we saw earlier. Ultimate used by Shadowmancer, saving the Whipmaster. Good ult use from them. Vampire once again wandering all over the shop. Unusual to see that actually from our bot laner, because I think if I have a look at them as a player, yeah, their aggression is quite low. Although their roaming is high, so I suppose that's what's encouraging them to abandon the fort so frequently. We get an engage on the enemy support. Don't think much will come with it. Whipmaster ultimate used. Not enough damage to trouble us. Morguard is up. Both teams here. Engage from the Vampire. Not sure about that one. Huge ultimate on the Clown. Got it down just before being sent to the Shadow Realm by Shadowmancer, which means pick up a double kill. Knives ricochet across enemies when they do their kind of knife throwing skill. And so the amount of damage that they can do very quickly is very, very high. And so far, Redshirt's in a really commanding position. We take down the enemy's jungler. We have a great shot here to steal this Serpent away. We will secure it with our jungler. Our opponent's falling. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This looks like the Redshirts will win this game. It's not over yet. There are still win con opportunities for our opponents, because they do have taunts and fear in the Illusionist. They have a very powerful ultimate in Shadowmancer, and Dark Mage, who is in the top lane at the moment, has been buffed a lot, so they're pretty strong. So they do have options. I think the Whipmaster pick is quite weak though, and I don't know that the Monk pick is going to offer them enough as we rally around in the top lane and take a tower. Look at that, even Bard has a little bit of damage on them and some range. 2v2 here, very much going in our favor. Aggressive engage from Pole Warrior, but because we've built them so tanky, they can afford to take these risks without being punished. As we get the priority now on Morgard. Bard ultimate's gonna give us the stats that we need to make this work. It's looking very comfortable at the moment for the Redshirts. 15 kills to 2. Map in also a good state for the Redshirts. Mostly enemy turrets have fallen in mid and top. Bot turrets not fallen yet. But we will now see the 4-1 split. Big engage. No kills. A warrior pushing in the bottom wave. We've got 2 waves now. Crashing against enemy towers. A huge engage from Pole Warrior. They're in, they're out. They're shaking it all about. This is going to be how it ends. We're doing the hokey cokey. And that's what it's all about. Come on, Redshirts. That was probably the best I have seen our team play in this match. Previous match was, I genuinely think individually the opposition did well. They're just a completely scuffed draft from the opponent's coach. Terrible game for the Whipmaster, but I think a difficult game in which for them to operate, because they are one of only 2 melee characters. Opponent's top laner, I think probably overall their best player, but our top laner was really good throughout the series. Great game from our mid laner. Our jungler, though, I think, having kind of a career set of matches, they did very, very well. So, onwards. Onwards we go.